Hello there and welcome back to the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel, where today I do have my official prediction for the Hull City versus Norwich City game live at the MKM tomorrow, being Saturday. So it's going to be a very interesting game after our departure in the Carabao Cup, sorry, not the FA Cup, in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday. Yes, it was a terrible trip to Bradford. Go and check that vlog out if you haven't done so already. There'll be a link at the end of the video for you to check that one out. But yeah, after our early departure in the Carabao Cup and Norwich just remaining in after winning penalties against Birmingham City, set to be an exciting game live at the MKM Stadium tomorrow. So in this video I'll go through my Hull City predicted lineup, who I think will score for both sides, and a bit of information about both sides heading into this clash, as it will definitely be one to hopefully remember for us. On the positive side, we'll say hopefully it won't be a dire performance like it was against Bradford. But let's move on to my Hull City predicted lineup. So I've gone back to pretty much normal ways with Matt Ingram back in net after Dave Robson made his first appearance. He wasn't tested too much in the Carabao Cup game. Our defensive line pretty much thwarted all the attacks, except a few which really relied on going on goal. But Dave Robson did make a few saves. And also we do have our new goalkeeper from Tottenham, who I'm sure will make some debut at Hull City. Probably not in this game though. So I've gone for Matt Ingram in the net. Moving on to our back three, although it will be kind of a back five, we'll go for the back three, the three centre-backs, with Tobias Figueiredo, Jacob Greaves, and, Alfie Jones. So, obviously, Jacob Greaves might actually be his last game for Hull City. Obviously, after a lot of speculation with his contract, him not signing a new contract, getting interest from Middlesbrough, 5 million offers getting thrown around from all different Championship clubs. Yeah, he's denied another contract for Hull City, so who knows? It could be his last game for Hull City. Of course, it'd be his best interest and it'd be best for the club for him to stay, but who really knows? Obviously, Tobias, fantastic when he came on in the Carabao Cup. When he came on, fabulous. And then Alfie Jones, I did slight some of his performances last season, but I think that over the end of last season into the beginning of this season, he's really developed into quite a strong player. Also, we've got Sean McLaughlin in there, who would like to see navigated into this back three as sort of like a rotation sub. Obviously, he did fabulously in the Carabao Cup. One of my standout performances out of practically the only two standout performances I could see on that pitch. But yeah, he did fabulously. Moving just ahead of them, obviously we've got a bit of an injury crisis within this midfield area, with obviously now Greg Doherty coming out injured. So it really only leaves two CDMs, and the two CDMs that we would rather play being Jean-Michael Seri and also Regan Slater. So yes, these two, they're an okay pairing. I feel that it works a bit better when both of them are sort of switched on, which rarely ever happens. I mean, Regan Slater this season has been having some shocking performances. Jean-Michael Seri, he's been having some okay ones. But yes, Regan Slater has been having some shockers this season, and I'd hopefully like that to see get turned around. Otherwise, once Greg Doherty comes back fit, I can't see Regan Slater staying in the starting 11 for much longer. Moving just out a bit further wide, we do have our two wing-back roles, being now the famous two, Louis Coyle and Callum Elder. So obviously Coyle, fantastic when he came on in the Carabao Cup, really commanded that right-hand side, was doing all the work, feeding the balls up to Randell Williams, who was honestly who was my other standout performance alongside Sean McLaughlin. But yeah, I felt that him coming on that pitch really commanded it. He's such a captain. He was what Richie Smallwood was last season, and he adapts that role so well, and does such a good job on that right hand side in the wing back role. Callum Elder, yes, hasn't started. I predicted him to start quite a bit this season, but yeah, Brandon Fleming's still out injured. We've got really, I wouldn't want to see Simon Nash on that left wing back role. I felt Callum Elder did an okay job in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, there was a few mistakes, there was a few iffy moments, but overall I felt that he was trying his best. Yeah, it wasn't our day, but yeah, Callum Elder, hopefully he'll do better against Norwich. And then obviously with our striker crisis, I've gone for two cams, that being Ozan Tufan and Said Manesh. Obviously, Said Manesh playing a bit more of a striker, number 9 role, is it if it were, for that cam role, and then Tufan playing that more like edge of the D area, get the balls past them, and then doing that nice, lovely shot that he likes to do on the right-hand side of goal, which have been so unluckily placed. I mean, we had one rattle off the post against Bristol. We had that one against Bradford, which luckily deflected off the keeper's back, but it was nearly not a goal, and it didn't actually go down as a goal. It was down as an own goal. But yeah, so Tufan and Said Manesh, it's quite a nice pairing. Obviously, don't like to see Said Manesh playing as that wing back because he doesn't play well that position. He goes so far forwards and him tracking back, he's putting in them late minute challenges, and that's where we see fouls and getting picked up, and that's where we see our defensive play getting broken down, which has been credited by loads of people last season, and I don't want to see it getting broken down this season. And then finally, the big man up top, Oscar Estupiñán. Obviously, we've got a type between him and Benjamin Tete. Obviously, Tete gets a lot more tired if you're playing for a longer period of time, so he is really more of like that super sub, that impactful player in the second half, which we saw in the Bristol game. So Estupiñán, yeah, not been having some brilliant performances. I felt that it was okay in the Carabao Cup. Obviously, he did miss a few sitters. I felt Tete was doing a better job than him, but it was definitely a hard situation, him coming on. We had, 4 strikers on the pitch at once. We had no one really making any plays other than down our wings, and they was playing wing back, so it just wasn't working. So obviously, I'd like to see him maybe pick up his first goal. You'll see if I predict him to score. But yeah, a bit of a shame for what his start has been at the club so far. Okay, so last time we played Norwich, it was unfortunately a 3-2 loss. Let's not forget that this was back in 2019. Barely any of the squad is the same, bar a few of our now long-serving players who have been at the club for a few seasons. But yeah, the squad's changed a lot. Norwich hasn't really changed too much. Obviously, if you want to look back a bit further to the last time we beat them at the now MKM Stadium, which was that fantastic 7-goal thriller, the 4-3 win for Hull City back in, I think it was 2018, 2017, where obviously Norwich had James Maddison, who scored a hat-trick for them. Yeah, the squad has changed a little bit since then, but since the last meeting, not much has changed with both sides. I feel Norwich are a bit more of a rounded squad now, but they haven't scored in, I think, their last 6 away games. So really, it's a toss and turn with Norwich at the moment. They've only got 1 point from the first 2 games, whereas we've got 4. So could really go either way. But yeah, last time we met them in 2019, it was a loss for us against Norwich. Last time we played them at the MKM, it was a 0-0 draw in that same season. But yeah, it will be a lot different this time because that's a bit of a while ago. Okay, so my prediction for this game, I think it's going to be a tight one. I after seeing that Carabao Cup performance, it was so demoralising. Just seeing no part of that team, bar a few exceptions, really wanting to play that game. There was Shota, he pretty much sat in his arse for the entire game. There was a few players going off the pitch, just really not feeling it. I mean, I credit a few players, but I feel there's quite a few there who was actually there to play. Said Manesh, you got your Randall Williams, you got your Coyle, you've got basically all of your centre backs that was there to play, but no one else I felt really were, including the management side. So hopefully we'd like to see that change in this game. I think that Bradford game was a real switch on for especially Shota, who kind of he's basically new to the English game. This being his first full season, hopefully. So yeah, real switch on. I think that this game is going to be tight though. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. We'll share the points. So I won't mind that too much. We'll still be unbeaten in my eyes. But I do think that Timo Pukki will score for Norwich, and then that will be replied up with a fantastic, fandabulousy Ozan Tufan strike from the edge of the D. It's been basically our only way of scoring goals in these first few fixtures. Obviously, that 0-0 draw against Preston in our last league game we didn't see a goal there. We saw too much defending. But yeah, I'd like to see an Ozan Tufan strike from the edge of the day. Don't forget, I will have a matchday vlog live from the MKM Stadium tomorrow. So stay tuned on this YouTube channel by liking and subscribing for that. But this has been the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel. Goodbye.